Hello, everyone. Welcome to Project Lisboeta. My name is Fabrizio, and we are now talking today with one of our friends and one of the people that we collaborate with. Her name is Deborah Dahab. She's an Expat Coach and Intercultural Psychologist. So, hi, Deborah.
Hello, Fabrizio. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. And so, Deborah, we wanted to talk about what we do, but also we want to talk about mostly what you do, because we met in one of your live chat, and we joined your live chat because we found out that moving abroad, like we've done, is part of a complete package of journey, and 50% of this is an experience that is logistical, physical, geographical. So we physically move from one place to another one, but I will say the other 50% is purely emotional. It involves a lot of thinking and a lot of reevaluating. And so that's how we think that what we do could be a good synergy to achieve a very successful outcome in the process of relocating. So tell us about yourself, Deborah.
Okay.
What do you do and your journey and why your business?
Okay. I'll try to be brief because there's a lot in it. But as you mentioned, I'm an expat coach. I'm also an intercultural psychologist. Intercultural psychology is a subset of social psychology. So I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I don't do clinical psychology. I studied social psychology. And I'm an expat. I have been a foreigner immigrant, call it what you want. I don't care. I just wasn't born here. I was born in Brazil. And when I was 1 year old, I moved to the States. I lived in the States for almost 11 years. Then throughout my life, I've lived in France, in the UK, in Spain and Portugal twice. Before I started working with this, I was actually in corporate. I used to work in marketing, and it's interesting how life, throws us curveballs, because the first time I lived in Portugal was from 2001 to 2005. And I was working in marketing. I had just finished my MBA. Everything was picture perfect, but I was miserable. I spent 5 years really suffering. I didn't know why I wasn't happy. And that would even made it worse because, I was supposed to be happy, but I wasn't. And after 5 years trying, I left Portugal. I went back to Brazil, which at the time was where I considered to be my home country, my reference country. Yes. And life can, be ironic sometimes, as Alanis Morissette would say. Those are 40 plus will understand this reference. And I reconnect with a former colleague from Portugal. We start dating and we decide to get married. And I find myself back in Portugal 8 years after my horrible failure. And I say, okay, now I have to make this work. This is not just about me. This is not just about, my not adjusting. So what do I do? And I decided to go back to school. That's when I got my master's in intercultural psychology, and it blew my mind. I realized, oh my God, I made these mistakes. I understood what happens to us when we move abroad. I realized that I had been very arrogant, thinking that just because I had moved before many times, this time would be the same.
Yes, exactly.
And it really helped me. And being a very action-oriented person, I think it comes from my business background also. I was like, okay, what do I do with this? How do I turn this into actionable steps? So that led me to coaching. I got my coaching certification. I'm a certified NLP coach, NLP practitioner, and also a certified trainer and a certified coach. And all of these things I put together and started working with people, helping them in the first times when I started working with coaching. I started working one-on-one, and then things evolved. But that's, like a little bit of my story, how I got to coaching.
Yes. So there's a great, so you probably, everything, I think every business that comes from a personal experience is a business that is got added value. And I think, so getting from what your, let's say, academic background is now, and from your personal experience here, what do you think you will say or suggest that the first point that people should address when thinking about moving abroad to a new country?
Okay. Well, one thing that you were talking about moving abroad, one thing that I like to say is that your move does not start when you hop on the plane. It does not start when you arrive. It starts when you decide.
Yeah.
When something goes off in your brain
already
and you say like, okay,
yes.
I'm going, that's when your move starts. It's going to be different for different people. Sometimes they have this realization when they get their visa, if they need a visa, or when they buy their plane ticket, or when they sell their house, or sometimes it's a moment. Sometimes it's I kind of like a pinball process, like it goes ding, 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 suddenly,
yes.
So it will be different for everyone. But the first thing that is crucial, that is the cornerstone of a successful move abroad, is knowing what you want to move for.
Yeah.
Not why you want to move, not all the reasons why you tell yourself it's important to move, why it's going to be good for you. It doesn't matter. It's good to know, and it's important, and you know it anyway. Yeah. But it's answering the question, what am I moving for? Meaning, what do I want to accomplish with this move? What are my goals with this move? And the reason why this is the crucial question is because everything you thought of why, anything that you say, I want to move because, fill in the blanks, once you do move, that's gone.
Yep. Yes.
That's done.
Yes.
And if you haven't addressed the afterwards, it's very common, and most of my one-to-one clients that are post-movers come to me because they fall into this void.
Yes.
Which I had when I moved.
And we did too. So,
and sometimes it can seem unsurmountable because it coincides typically with other changes. Yes. Either you're retiring, or you're changing jobs, or you're taking a break in your career, or you're away from friends and you're building new friendships. There's always something else going on. And it can be tough to get out of that slump. So that is the first question that it's really important to address, to be very clear, to articulate very well, and to feel it, yes. I'm moving for fill in the blank.
Yes, I think thank you very much for that, because I think it's a very valuable point, and it's a very hard question to have within yourself. And thank you very much for this sort of hint, because it's something that is I find that is very helpful and very valuable. So tell us then, what do you offer in terms of programs? Which one you think there should be taken first? I remind everybody that Deborah programs, it comes with a package with our service, so is something that you will have as a tool to help you to decide where to move, or to make everything a little bit smoother, or if not smoother, a little bit of more. It will give a bit more mental or structure to what you're starting to approach. But tell us about your courses, or what are you coaching, or what you offer? Okay,
thank you. Yeah, I will. So I offer basically 3 types of services. The first service is the obvious when you think about coaching, one-to-one coaching. It's completely customized, unique to every client. And we work together for 8 sessions. That's it. It's very comprehensive, 4 months, intensive, very tailored. Then I have my group coaching program. Today I have one that is ongoing. It's evergreen, called Master Your Move, focused on pre-movers, on people who are preparing to move abroad. It's a group, as it says, it's a group coaching program with live calls, with lessons, online lessons, with individual support. It's very comprehensive. It lasts for 6 months. So it's like the best way to build community, to have the support, it's like the knowledge, the support, and the connection that you didn't know you needed before you moved. And it really helps with reducing the overwhelm and having the tools to navigate the ups and downs and the practical things as well. Then I have my self-study courses. One of them is How to Decide Where to Live, which is our partnership. So yes, everyone who signs up with Fabrizio and Project Lisboeta will immediately have the How to Decide Where to Live. It's a blueprint and a step-by-step system where you will have help and structure to organize how to decide where to live. The name is pretty self-explanatory. Yes. Yes. It can be used for any. It's very robust, so you can use it to decide on a neighborhood, to decide on a town, to decide on a specific unit like apartments or houses. Yes. And it includes a session with me, a call with me. It's included in the course. Then I have another course called How to Prepare Your Scouting Trip for Success, which is also a self-study course with includes a 1-hour call with me. And well, the name is also pretty self-explanatory, how to prepare your scouting trip, because it's not a normal trip, it's something different, and you want to make the best of your time, energy, and money.
And it's not a holiday, please remind me.
It's not a holiday. You can have holiday moments.
Oh, absolutely,
it, right?
Absolutely.
But it's not.
It should be fun, but
exactly. What I like to say is like the scouting trip is a mission with a purpose.
Absolutely.
Boom. That's what it is. And we go in depth. There are planners, there are workbooks, there are downloads, loads of stuff. And then I have a Prepare 101, which is like the introductory, what is this whole thing about? Wow. And then I have a free international relocation starter course, which is a mini course to kind of get acquainted with these topics, because typically when people think of preparing to move abroad, this is something that doesn't cross their mind. They think about logistics, they think about, packing, they think about finances. And like you said, and we've talked about this, when you think about the mindset, the organization, everything else flows better.
Absolutely. I think it's the initial tool.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to say that it's kind of like the soundtrack. The practical things will get done. Yes. They will get done. Yes. But they can get done with kind of like, the Jaws. Everything is stressful. Everything is hard. Everything is painful. Or it can get done with a bossa nova. Yes, I'm relaxed. This is so cool. I'm having fun. Yes. So if you like Jaws, I'm not for you, but if you like to do things,
Yes, in terms of relocating, there's been a lot of better movies to base the experience on, not to say.
Exactly. If you like that stress, I'm absolutely not for you. But if you do like to do things with purpose, with a mindful way, knowing what you're doing and thinking about what are the reasons behind that and having the tools to navigate it better, then I'm your girl. So
that's fantastic. So that how did other people can reach you where I mean, it's true your program comes with our package of services, but how can people reach you? How can they watch? Deborah's got a very interesting channel on YouTube. So tell us about all this little info so people can get in contact with you or watch your tutorials or videos or follow your live chat, which we've done and loved. Yeah.
So yeah, you can reach, I'm on YouTube, as you mentioned. So if you just put on Deborah Dahab, Expat Coach, that's DEBORAH DAHAB. Also my website, www.deborahdahab.com. I'm also on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Expat Connection, Create Your Best Life Abroad. And you can reach me there also through my business page or my personal profile. I'm not very active on other social media, to be honest, mostly on Facebook.
Yes. Well, we will have all those links at the bottom of this video when we will post on our YouTube channel, and when we will post it on our YouTube channel too. So it will be people can put their pen down because they can just copy and paste.
Or you can reach out to Fabrizio
as well,
and retain his services, and then you'll have my course.
Exactly. So just one last thing, which is a very free flow question.
Sure.
So tell us, what is the one thing that you miss, for example, about the last place you lived in, and one thing about Lisbon, because I would like to remind everybody that Deborah is based in Lisbon. One thing about Lisbon that you think it will be a challenge to live without.
Okay, so one thing I do miss, and it's coconut water. You can find it here in Lisbon, but it's not the same thing.
It's the sugar stuff.
Yeah, it's and I really miss that. You know, it's from not even from Sao Paulo, where I did my university. It's from Bahia, where I lived as a child, as a teenager, and I love it. It's just so healthy. It's just so refreshing, and just going to the beach, having it picked and chopped and open. That's like.
And then it also comes with a little spoon, and you can eat the pulp, right?
Yes, and they even make the spoon from how do you call it, the outer
shell
part, the shell. They make us like, you don't even have to use plastic or metal. It's just it's amazing. I really miss that. I have found similar things here, but it's I don't know, it's not the same.
Doesn't cut it.
Not the same. I really miss that. And one thing, to be honest, about Lisbon that I can't live without is the safety. I have never felt safer in any other place. And I think it's just, amazing to be walking down. It's just, it shouldn't be something, this should be the norm for every place. Having lived in Sao Paulo many years, you can walk. I feel completely safe any time of day or night. Of course, you have to, you can't flaunt your wallet, but that's anywhere, right? But just knowing that you can drive at any time, stop at red lights, that I think that's priceless. I think that
I think is a blessing too, and it's something that we experience coming from a big city like London too. So I think that's one point that I completely 200% agree with you. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
It was wonderful. Yes, absolutely. And so once again, thank you very much for everybody that is watching this or listening to this or listening to the car. And yes, get in contact with us if you want to speak about what we do. But please do check out Deborah and her programs and live chat. And thank you very much. Thank you, Deborah, for being with us.
Thank you so much.
You're just wonderful. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Beijinhos.
Beijinhos.